So we are now going to be taking a look into call centers as a concept within Vital PBX. So there are mainly two types of call centers: inbound call centers and outbound call centers. So for inbound, the difference between these two options. So for inbound, we use ACD, what is known as ACD, which is automatic call distribution, which allows to distribute the calls within different agents. Inbound call center, as the name implies, is a call center that receives calls, and the calls here are terminal. What do we mean by terminal calls? Whenever somebody calls into a call center, the agent should be able to assess whatever inquiry the caller or the customer may have. Because when they are calling to a service, they are expecting to have their issue solved. So whenever you call into an inbound call center, we expect that whomever tended to this call is able to assess any type of issue or inquiry that the calling customer or client is calling about. Then for outbound call center, as the name implies, this is known as they place calls. That's what I'm trying to mean to say. They are able to generate different calls and call a certain list of customers or possible customers that they have acquired by any means. Outbound calls can mostly be initial calls, because the customer or client in this case is not the one initiating this conversation. It is the call center trying to offer something, trying to remind the customer of something, trying to initiate this conversation with the customer itself. And instead of ACD, in outbound call centers, we use what is known as a dialer. There are various different types of dialers. We have progressive, and mostly we have progressive, and then we have predictive. So progressive dialers are the most modern type of outbound call center dialers that will know whenever an agent is available. So only when the agent is available, they place the calls. And a predictive dialer will estimate when an agent would be available and places the call based on that estimation. So this predictive dialer is an older way of placing calls, so it can be a little bit inaccurate whenever it makes a prediction. So sometimes the calls may not start exactly at the moment that is desired. Then let's talk about ACD, so automatic call distribution, as I mentioned. So the ACD assigns the incoming calls by order to the first available agent in a call center. This system answers the call immediately, and if needed, keeps the call in a queue. So a queue, similar to a real-life queue, you will have a line of calls until it can be answered by an available agent in the call center. The balance of the workforce between agents in the call center guarantees that each person who calls receives quick response and professional service. So this is what we mean by terminal calls. So the agents should be capable enough to be able to solve any issues that the calling customer or client might have, or be able to assess any inquiries. Now, in Vital PBX, there are various ways that you can group extensions. You are able to use ring groups or queues. So here are some general rules that if you got more channels, meaning more inbound connections, then you must use a queue. If you got more people to answer the call than callers, it would be possible that you would prefer a ring group, meaning that you might have more people to perform operations there. Then queues are more efficient than ring groups, and queues are unlimited inside of ILPVX. Since queues allow you to retain a call for as long as you configure it, and calls can wait inside of a queue until an agent is available. In some rare cases, ring groups can work better for some call centers. So once again, it totally depends on the operations. So in a queue, you can configure different announcements. This is another advantage over ring groups in certain cases. So callers can receive information about a queue wait time and precision. The queues have static as well as dynamic agents. We will see this in just a moment, what we mean by these types of agents. There are multiple ring strategies available, so you can select between different ring strategies. So you can ring your different agents in a specific way that can conform to your operations and how you desire for your call center to work. Then the calls can be redirected to any destination if no agents are available. So whenever there are no agents either logged in or maybe the caller waited on queue for a specific amount of time that you defined to take them to a specific destination afterwards. Now, we spoke about types of agents. So we said there's static and there's dynamic. So static agents are agents that can never log out of the queues. They will always belong to the queue. There could be some cases that you might want to have this. For example, if it's the same agent that works every single day at a defined schedule, you might want that agent to be a static agent within that queue. Then you have the agent can pause on their specific queue using star 51 for a specific queue, or also star 53 for multiple queues. Then unpause by using those same codes as they are toggled. Then dynamic agents can log in and log out of the different queues at any given time. So this is useful when you have multiple shifts and multiple agents that work on the same desk space or units. They can also pause and unpause using those same feature codes, star 51 for a specific queue and star 53 for multiple queues, for all of the queues that they belong to. They can log in, log out to a specific queue by using star 50, or log in to all of their queues by using star 52. And both of these options are toggle, so the same code would work for any one of these purposes, log in or log out. And then any extension can log in dynamically to any queue unless it is restricted by configuration. In that case, only extensions in the dynamic queue dialog are permitted. So you can define when whether an agent is able to log in to a queue or not. So in in the terms of these lessons that we're about to follow, we're going to be taking a look into inbound call centers inside of Vital PBX. Later on through the course, we will see other tools that Vital PBX has to offer in terms of outbound call centers. But right now, in the terms of the call center module, which is comprised of ring groups and queues and various tools for these, as we saw, those have to do with inbound call center. So we will focus on inbound. But once again, later on through the course, you will see other tools that can help you for your outbound operations.